Hello and welcome to Thursday's edition of Cracking the Cryptic, where I get to do something today I haven't done for quite a long time. Mark has sent me a link to a puzzle to open live on the camera, which normally means that the puzzle will have some unusual feature. It'll look weird or have no digits in it or something like that. So apparently Rocky Rower suggested this one as being a good idea to open live. So that is what I'm going to do. I hope this works. I've got the URL, so I will click that, and I've got a puzzle called Eroteme. Is that how you say that? Eroteme. Isn't that like a punctuation mark or something? Eroteme by Alaric Taqi. Oh, yeah, Alaric Taqi A. Crusader 175. I've done Crusader 175 puzzles on the channel before. Oh no, okay. And now I see. And now I see when I actually look at the grid why this is amusing, because it appears I just get question marks today. Oh, okay. Let's. I've got no idea how hard this will be as well. I'm guessing very difficult by this setup. So we've got. Should we read the rules together? I don't normally do the rules first, but I feel when we open the puzzle first, let me just check that you can see the puzzle on the screen. Yeah, you can. I think when we open the puzzle first, we should do the rules immediately. So it says normal 6x6 rules apply, 6x6 sudoku rules apply. So we're going to put the digits 1 to 6 once each in every row, every column, and every rectangle. Digits may not repeat along the blue diagonal, so those cells there have to be the digits 1 to 6 once each in some order. Circled X sums. Circle one cell in each row, column and box. Digits may not repeat on circled cells, so once we've done the circled cells, they should be the digits 1 through 6. Clues outside the grid indicate the sum of the first X digits in the corresponding direction, where X is the digit placed in the circled cell in that row or column. Ugh. A question mark may represent any digit from 0 to 9, but for double-digit numbers, the first digit may not be a 0. Right, so the double-digit clues. So this clue here in this row couldn't be 0, 7 or something. It would have to be bigger than that. The first digit needs to be a tens number that's not 0. And normal X sums, the way normal X sums work is if this digit was a 3, it would be saying sum the first 3 digits in that direction. If this digit was a 4, it would be saying the question mark clue would be the sum of the first 4 digits from that direction. But I don't think that's actually how I read the rules here. It sounds like if we look at this row, and let's say there was a 3 that was circled. How should I do this? I will put a 3 and I will circle it. Then the circled 3 is saying you'd sum this clue. Oh, I see, yeah, from both directions. So this clue, the double question mark clue, would be saying sum those ones. And this clue, the single question mark clue, would be saying sum those ones. That's absolutely bizarre. Anyway, thank you, Mark, and Rocky Rower, and Crusader 175. I often think that the idea of these videos is to make me look a little bit dense. So I'm quite sure I will be able to rise to that challenge. And we'll have a go at the puzzle in a moment or two. Now, hang on, because I have got a couple of birthdays to do. Let me just think about if there's anything else I need to tell you about before we kick off today. I think, yeah, it's the last day, isn't it? But the Patreon reward. So if you've been doing our Patreon reward competition over on Patreon, do get your entries in by the close of business today. Yeah, join the hundreds of people who've managed to solve all 9 puzzles. And we'll draw the winner soon. I can't think of anything else. So why don't we do the birthdays? I've got 2 to do. Frederick, your girlfriend Sarah wrote to me and told me you watch every night and often fall asleep to the videos. I do apologise. I do wish I was more interesting, but it's amazing how many people do fall asleep. There's some sort of ASMR quality, I think, a soporific quality to my dulcet tones. But anyway, Frederick, I hope you're still awake at this point in the video, and I hope that you have a brilliant birthday today with, of course, lots of chocolate cake. And the other birthday, oh, I can't. Liam. Well, I can read the Liam bit. I think it says 25 in my notes. Your girlfriend Izzy wrote to me, Liam, and said you're an amazing boyfriend and father. And she thought you might like a shout out. So I hope that that is true. I hope you have a great birthday. And I hope that your chocolate cake is very heavily iced. And that is all the news. So I'm going to have a go at this now. Eroteme. I should look up what it means, shouldn't I? Have I got my dictionary open? I do. If you just give me a second. Eroteme. Eroteme. A rhetorical question. An eroteme is a rhetorical question. Oh, that's why, okay, that's why we've got so many question marks in the grid. I see. Right, I see what you've done there, Crusader175. Anyway, do have a go at the puzzle. The way to play, as usual, is to click the link under the video. That will take you to a page that looks identical to this one. You can play the puzzle on whichever device takes your fancy. But now, I get to play. Let's get cracking. How on earth do you do this? I mean, I know a bit about normal X sums, but I've literally never done a circled X sum puzzle before. So it's got to be, I mean, literally, is this true, what I'm about to say? The only thing that you can use, I think this is right, to solve this puzzle is going to be the sort of the differences in the lengths of the answers. So, for example, in row 1, well, yes, okay, so in row 1, 6 cannot be the circled digit, because 6 would be saying, from both directions, you sum all 6 digits, and all 6 digits in a 6x6 sudoku sum to a secret number. Something that I share with only my very favourite people. Is not the same as the 9x9 secret, but the secret in a 6x6 is that the digits in any row, column or box will sum to 21. That is the triangular number for 6, 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5 plus 6. So if there was a circle, in fact it can't be 5 or 4 either in this row, I think, because if it was a circled 5, we'd be summing at least 5 digits, and they would sum... Oh, hang on, No, I think that's right. 5 digits. It wouldn't matter whether... It doesn't matter where the circle is, does it? It doesn't matter. So, yeah, so I think you'd be summing 5 digits. If 5 was circled, you'd be summing those 5 and those 5 for the respective clue totals, and the minimum sum of 5 different digits is 15. If 4 was circled, you'd be summing those 4, and the minimum total for those would be 10, 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4. Again, that would be too big. So the circled digit in row 1, I don't know how to even record this, is 1, 2, or 3. But this one's got 2 question marks on both sides, so we're looking for a double-digit total on both sides. So all you can say about this one... I was going to say all you can say about row 2 is that 1 is not circled, but I think you can do better than that. If 1 was circled, from each side you'd just be summing 1 digit, and that could never add to a double-digit number. If 2 was circled, I don't think that works either, because although I could make one side sum to a double-digit number, I couldn't then make the other side also sum up to a double-digit number. And we can see that because 6 plus 5 plus 4 plus 3 is not 20. It's 18, I think. And it would need to be 20 in order for both sides to get to a double-digit total, because there are no digits in common between those dominoes. So actually, if you have double digits on both sides, 1 and 2 are ruled out from the circles. So like there. So actually, I'm gonna just let me check this. So all I'm thinking of is, where are 1 and 2 circled? And they are not circled in row 2, row 4, or row 6, because they have double-digit clues on both sides. Now in columns, nope, it's not in that one. That's got double-digit clues on both sides. This has got double-digit clues on both sides. This has got double-digit clues on both sides. So we don't quite get it sorted out, look. But we do know that 1s and 2s are in those, the circled 1s and 2s are in some combination of those positions. But maybe 1. Yeah, yeah. Right, so 1 can't be in a column which has a double-digit clue on one side at all. So let's switch this. Let's just focus on 1. Let's just focus on 1. That can't be in that column. Because again, if this was a circled 1, that digit should be a double-digit number in order for this to have a double question mark clue. Yeah, look at this column. That's impossible for a 1 as well. So, this is great. This row is impossible for a 1. It's got a double-digit clue. Oh, no. I could see this one wasn't going to work, because that's a double-digit clue. And then I was thinking, I've just messed it up. Don't understand it. But that's fine. This one, I think, is the only cell in the puzzle that can be a circled 1. And it was the last one we looked at. So now I'm going to do that again. For 2s, I'm just 1 second though. Let me just think about it. It's really not. Once you put the 1 in, you don't get anything for it, do you? Because literally, what these digits are, which are now the clued cells being referred to by the question marks, the eroteme, they are not going to be of any use, I don't think. Okay, so 2s. You see, a 2 could have... Well, in fact, we know, because this was the only cell that has 4 single-digit question marks. Wherever we put the 2, it is going to have a double-digit question mark in one side. So, all right, what we'll do is we'll highlight the cells that could contain a 2. So I'm looking at the columns now. This can't, because it's already got a circle in it. That one can. That can't. That's double digits. That's double digits. That's double digits. Right, so from the row perspective, that one could, I think. This one can't. That one could. It's not going very well. That one's already got its circle in it. And that one can. Okay, so it is a bit restricted. So the circle 2 is in one of those cells. If it's not there, because if that was circle 2, this digit can't be bigger than 6. So you'd be adding 6 to 2 to get a double-digit number, and 6 and 2 only add up to 8, so it's not that one. Now, if it was this one, those 2 would add up to a single-digit total, and those 2 could add up to a double-digit total. So I think that one is possible. That one... Oh no, this is great. This is great. We're going to be able to get rid of both of these because they're too close to the double question mark. This is really clever. They're both too close to the double digit. Look at this one from a row perspective. We should be, if this is a circle 2, we're saying those 2 add up to a double digit number. Well, they can't if they include a 2. And if this one is a 2, look at the column. We're saying those 2 add up to a double-digit number, again including a 2. It won't work. So this one seems to be the only one that can be circled 2. And now, those digits have to be massive, because they have to there has to be a 6 in them. I think they've got to be either 6-4 or 6-5 because they've got to add up to 10 or 11. So even if they didn't have 6 and they were 5-4, they wouldn't get high enough. And then that one doesn't matter. And this column, it's the same here, isn't it? Those have to include 6 and either 4 or 5. So 6 is in one of two places by sudoku now in box 4. And one of those cells is a circle. I don't know what sort of circle it is, but by sudoku on circles, we're meant to have a circle in column 6, and it can't repeat in a box because every box row and column is meant to have one circle, not more than one circle. So let's colour that. So I'll put a red in one of those to say one of those is a circle. One of these is a circle. One of these is a circle. Oh, just about anything. There's no rule about having to have a circle on the diagonal, I don't think. Let me just check the rules. Digits may not just for the diagonal it just says digits may not repeat. Right. So do you think we look at 3 now? I don't think. Maybe we do, but maybe what we do is, if I can find, actually I can't. Oh no, that one I can. And that one. Maybe that has to be 3. The only reason I'm saying that is that I know that circled 4s, 5s and 6s can't be associated with single-digit clues. Because again, a circled 4 is saying sum 4 digits. Even if we minimize them, we're getting to 10. So if all we're doing is looking around the grid in the perimeter for single question mark clues that do not correspond to the 1 and the 2. So this one's no use, this one's no use, this one's no use, that one's no use, that one's no use. But there is one here in row 1, and there is one here in column 2. So I suspect that has to be a 3, a circled 3. So let's just think that through. Yeah, that's just logically true, isn't it? There is a circled digit in column 2. It's not 1, it's not 2. It can't be 4, 5 or 6, so it is 3. And then it's a case of where the 3 goes. But that logic that I've just described there is exactly analogous with row 1. So that is circled 3, I think. It's a lovely idea, this. Now, what about... is there some game to be played here? Like these... Right, the 6 in row 1 cannot be in one of those cells. Because if it was, those 3 digits would sum to a double-digit total, and that would break the question mark. So the 6 is over there, where it's contributing to a double-digit total. And in this column, not sure. I think we're going to get to a double-digit total very easily, aren't we? 6 is in one of those cells. If that was a 6, that would be a 6. Oh, good grief! I don't know what to do now. I think it's something to do with the 3, but I can't actually work it out. Those 3 digits have to not add up to a double-digit total. So don't they have to have a 1 in them? Yeah, they do. Because if they didn't, I'm just going to highlight those and let's think it through. If these didn't have 1 in them, they don't have 3 in them either. So the minimum sum would be 2 plus 4 plus 5, which is 11, which is a double-digit number. So one of those is a 1. And it's one of those. I mean, it's a terrible pencil mark, but hopefully you can forgive me making it. Now, what about if there was no 2 in here? That also wouldn't work. If there was no 2 in that green section, the minimum sum would be 1 plus 4 plus 5, which again is a double-digit total. So one of these is a 2, which means that digit is a 4, 5, or a 6. And then it doesn't actually matter what the third digit is, does it? Because once you've got 1 and 2 in a 3-digit sum, they're going to sum to 3, and 7 isn't an available digit, so we're never going to get to 10 now in this green stripe. Okay. I don't know what that means. Sorry. Oh, maybe the diagonal? I've got 2 big digits on it. I've got to put the low digits on this diagonal. 1, 2, and 3. So 1 is in that cell or that cell. Again, I don't really have a good way of pencil marking that. No, 3 doesn't work. So 1 is in one of those two. So if 1 was there, 1 would be there. And then 1 would be there. 1 would basically be placeable almost everywhere. And I don't think, unless there's a clue I haven't, unless there's a clue type or distinction that I haven't understood, I think 4s, 5s, and 6s are that they're always any row or column with a 4, 5, or 6 circled in it is always going to have a double-digit clue. And that's why in every row and column we've not put a circle in, we have double-digit clues on both sides. So how can I do anything from here? That is the concern. I don't know. I don't know. Or, okay. Maybe what we have to do is to think about something like, so I know one of those is circled 4, 5, or 6. If it was circled 6, it would have to go there. Oh, no, hang on. Hang on. That's a very interesting point. Right. This is where I'm going to look. This box. What is the circled digit in it? I haven't got a clue, but it isn't 6. Because if it was 6, the only 2 cells that could contain circles here, in fact, this is the way to do it. This is the circled digit now, by sudoku on circles. So that's got to be a 4 or 5. That's really cool. That is really cool. Just because this one sees a 3 circled as well. Right, so none of... What did the red digits mean? Red digits were the circled digits, so these are not circled. Oh, this is it. This is it, I've got it. Right, so now I'm going to ask, where is circled 6? This has been put together so cleverly. Where's circled 6? It's not here. It can't be in those 2 cells because 6 is looking at it, apparently. Oh, it's because the 2 clue needed a 6 here. So circled 6 is in one of those cells, which means this isn't a 6, which means this is a 6. I was going to circle it, but that's absolute nonsense. That's not a 6 anymore. 6 on the diagonal. Yes, look at that. 6 is not there, so 6 has got to be here. So 6 has got to be here. 6 is not on the diagonal. Oh, there's something going on with 4s and 5s now, isn't there? Because one of these is circled 4 or 5 that isn't that one. I might want to colour these, I think. I'm not certain, but that's my instinct. Oh, no. Okay, where is 6 in column 2? That's I think, doable. Because I've got 6 in one of these two positions in box 1 and one of these two positions in box 5 there, which means 6 is not in any of those cells, and yet it's meant to be in this domino. So it can't go there. So this is a 6. Okay. Now, what do we do with this? I don't know. I'm going to get rid of the green, I think. I think the green. Do I get rid of those 1s and 2s? No, I can, I think. I think it's safe to. The reason I say that is I've got this 4-5 now, so it wouldn't occur to me to put 1 or 2 into this cell. Now, can I do anything with these 4s and 5s? I'm going to make that one yellow and this one green, and they are definitely different. But green, yeah, I get the colour of this one, but because green hasn't achieved a circle yet, this one has, and we know that the green circle is in one of those two cells, so that has to be yellow. Right, and now we ask the question where yellow goes on the negative diagonal, because it's got to be there. It's not there. It's not there by Sudoku. It's not here by Sudoku, so it's there. That is absolutely lovely. And now that is yellow. And yellow is in one of those two. No, it's not. No, it's this is very straightforward. Where's yellow in box 1? There. So this isn't yellow. So this is yellow. Oh, this Crusader 175. This is very good. This is very good. Now, so now on this diagonal, look, I've got all the high digits. So the other 3 digits are very low. That's not a 3, that's not a 2, that's not a 1. And can we do better with green? Green is in one of those two by Sudoku. Green, careful. Oh, no, we can. The correct question, as you can now see, is where's green in column 5? It isn't there. So it's got to be in one of these two, and that one takes care of business. So now I've got 1-2 pair in row 1. I've got green in one of 2 cells in box 6. The other cell will be a 2 or a 3. Now, how are we going to resolve this? Right, in this column I've got 1s and 2s left to place. That's all. Oh yeah, which goes back to the logic we thought about in column 2 earlier. So now, I'm not sure what to do. So if this was circled 6, this would be circled 4, green 4-5. Oh, I see. Right, so because one of these is green 4-5 and this is yellow 4-5, that digit is a low digit. That's 1 or 3. This digit is a 1 or a 3. There's loads of there's loads of low digits everywhere. This digit is just 2 or 3. Oh, nearly. So 3 is in one of those cells. This digit can't be a 1. That's using the diagonal. So if you look at the diagonal and ask where 1 is on it, 1 is in one of those 2 cells. So if this was a 1, you couldn't put a 1 on that diagonal because it would see that cell and it would see that cell. So this is not a 1, and it's not 3, 4, or 5. So it's either 2 or 6. Now, can we pull that trick? If that those two have to include a 3. So this digit can't be a 3. Because again, it would knock 3 off the negative diagonal. So this digit, the thing is, that could be a 4 or a 5. So that's got quite a few options, even though it can't be 3. Yeah, it could be 1, 4, or 5. I'll put that in, but I don't... What about that one? That can't be 3 for the same reason. This is a horrendous digit. I mean, that's really not under much pressure at all. You hardly know anything about that box. 2 has to be in... I can get that digit. Where's 2 on the diagonal? One of those two cells. So again, if this was a 2 in this corner, how would we put 2 on the negative diagonal? It couldn't go anywhere. So that must be a 1, and that must be a 2. That's actually going to do some damage. Oh, well, that's a 3 in the corner. That's 3 in the corner. That's 3 in the spotlight, losing its vision. Now. What is this doing? Right, this has become a 1. That's become a 2. That's become a 1. That's just sudoku. This one, look. 3, 2, 6, 1. Yeah. This 6 is huge. That's going to get me a 6 there, which is the circled 6. So we can get rid of the red now. Because now by sudoku we know the circled 4, 5 is exactly there. So we can do that and put the 4, 5 into it. And that is therefore the green digit, which means this is not the green digit. This is the green digit. This is not the green digit, so this is the green digit. This is the green digit. I think we could have got that from this column. That's a 2 by sudoku. This is 4 or 5. This is a 2 by sudoku, so that's a 3. It seems to work. That's a 3. That's a 1. And that's a 3. But, okay, that has not done it. So something's got to disambiguate the 4s and the 5s. Which is going to have to be... It must be the 3. It must be that 3. Oh, it is that. That's absolutely lovely. Can you see why it must be the 3? The 4s, 5s, and 6s don't tell us anything, because they're always going to have the same clue on both sides. 3 is the one where you can have a mismatch on each side. I mean, 2 you can have a mismatch as well. But we've already looked at the 2s and discovered where they are. But we never really investigated the 3s. And look at those ones. If yellow was 5, that clue is wrong because it's a double digiter from the left. So yellow is 4, green is 5, and that ought to be correct. Let's just double check the 3s. I mean, it's right, isn't it? If that's not right, I am not a logical fellow. I hope I am a logical fellow. I am a logical fellow. That was wonderful. Good grief. 322 people have already solved that. Well, I don't blame them. That is completely correct. You should solve it as well because it's absolutely magnificent. Crusader 175, take a bow. Rocky Rower and Mark, take a bow. That was a good one to open live. Just so, yeah, let's just summarize. It's just... The only way of solving it is to note the difference in the lengths of the question marks. And that is all you need to think about. Beautiful. Let me know in the comments how you got on. I enjoy the comments, especially when they're kind. And we'll be back later with another edition of Cracking the Cryptic.